we'll see Russell Wilson. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Broncos and the Raiders.
And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive.
Bringing them out is the 12th-year pro seeking a return to Pro Bowl form, Russell Wilson.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
You look at this Raiders defense.
It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
That's into the hands of McLaughlin.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
2nd and 11 now.
Here's Wilson.
Got a man. That's little Jordan Humphrey.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
A first carry now for Jaleel McLaughlin. He's got it to the 43 here. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here caught by Mims.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Here's Wilson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Tyree Wilson using that athletic ability to make the play.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. To throw is Wilson.
Into the hands of his receiver, Humphrey.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Jerry Tillery running in there and setting him down.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-0. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone.
Room to run at the 50. Amir Abdullah. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Raiders. So they gave up the field goal, but boom, they get it right back. Don't even worry about getting their offense on the field. They return it on the kickoff.
So I see your 3 points.
And
raise you 6. Double it up, coming right back at them. And if that's going to be the trade all game long, someone's going to be very happy with the end result.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. So let's try this once again after the kick return TD. Here's yet another kickoff.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates will be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And it's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. Max Crosby providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. The Broncos send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Second quarter from Vegas, the homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
The Raiders at 9-7 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Jacobs trying to run on 1st down, but he's going to be stopped and taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss, because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost, and then a little bit more.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. Once again, it's Jacobs. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to add on to that lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. On is the Raider kickoff unit now, as they will send this one away.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Denver's offense ready to go again.
Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's McLaughlin. So he'll be stopped here for no gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, we see him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting in the ball in a passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. Looks like he can win every battle.
And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment.
So a 6-carry drive the last go-around, touchdown on the end of it. We'll see if they can duplicate that here.
I think that they would like to. I know every runner that we've ever met would love to carry the ball more and more and more. In fact, we keep a ball in the booth just for demonstration purposes.
You're holding it right now.
I'm going to give it to you. Is it heavy? Is it that heavy?
No, it's pretty light.
It's pretty light, right? So keep giving it to him and let him do his work. It's not going to slow him down.
If it's light for me, it's definitely light for him.
Now a 2nd and 10.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They go with Jacobs. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. On 1st down, Wilson.
Open man, complete to Humphrey.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now Wilson. And the Raiders have got him. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Throwing right, and that's complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
The give is to McLaughlin.
And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the 1st. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way to the end zone for a touchback.
The Raider offense going to head out now late in this 1st half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
On play action, now Garoppolo.
That one into the hands of Adams downfield.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Well, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. A good passing down here. They send 3 receivers to the right of the formation on 2nd down. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs. So excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And the fair catch signaled for and taken, so they'll begin this 3rd quarter from their 25-yard line. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. And Garoppolo going to lead the Raiders up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 51 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Gets around him. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he gets this one across midfield for the 1st down to the 46. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
They really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Garoppolo on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there at 20 yards.
That was a beautiful executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football. And
he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He finds his man, complete. It's McLaughlin. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a fourth down. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and his Vegas offense operate. The Yeoman's effort on that last drive, 7 carries, got the touchdown as well. And the O-line probably got a little extra oxygen on the sideline in between.
And deservedly so, because they were also calling for him to continue to get the ball, because there's a rhythm that gets established, right? When you're running it well and the back's getting the ball and he's in sync and reading blocks, and the offensive line wants to continue to pound away. Haven't met an offensive lineman yet that likes to pass block more than he likes to run block. And that last drive, we saw the end result, didn't we?
Yep, and all were rewarded with a trip to pay dirt. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Here's a 2nd and 8. They run it with Jacobs. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 103 yards rushing for him now as he is finishing off the regular season with a bang. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Play action, Garoppolo. And he's got it. Touchdown. Michael Mayer, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Carlson now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was finished off by a Michael Mayer touchdown grab. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Denver's offense now set to go.
Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And his throw is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
They'll set up the screen. It's McLaughlin. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Wilson. And that's incomplete. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Jacobs going to try the middle. Dances by him. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Here's Jacobs. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
Here we go, here we go.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Garoppolo looks to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it. His pass caught at the 4. And they're able to stop it here on the spike with 3 seconds remaining. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these 2 teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the 1st quarter. But 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you said baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitter's getting to say,